Yes, yes, yes. Good evening, my people. How is everybody doing? It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game, back again with another episode of the Ringside replay. We're back again. Episode 8. Episode 8, man. We're getting on a bit. We're getting on a bit with the episodes, man. It's so good. It's so good. Hope everybody's good. I'm going to wait a bit, let some people join in. Apologies for the late one. I was coaching. I came back late from coaching. It was meant to start at 9 p.m. But, yeah, we had a bit of a delay. But we'll get started anyway, man. We'll get started. Hopefully some people join in soon. And then I can get started with the live stream, man. A lot to talk about today. I'm going to be on for about 35 to 40 minutes. But yeah, man, there is a lot on the agenda today. There's a lot on the agenda, man. If you want to get involved as well, you know how it goes, man. Just get involved in the chat. If you got any questions, drop it in the chat. Let's talk about it. But yeah, other than that, man, I'm just gonna talk about Chris Billam-Smith. What a fight he had at the weekend. That was a proper war. Both fighters going at it, man. And we're also going to talk about what's next for Chris Billiam-Smith. Who does he face next? A lot of people are talking about Opetaia. Both guys are with Zuffa Boxing. So that should be easy to make. That's an easy fight for them to make. Opetaia is with Zuffa Boxing and Chris Billiam-Smith is with Zuffa Boxing as well. So that should be an easy one, man. But yeah, I'm just going to wait another minute or two and then we're going to crack on. Normally, we start this program, this show like 10 p.m. Normally, I start around about 10 p.m. But I've moved it to 9 just because I got so that way we have a bit more time. 10 p.m. Usually I finish around about midnight. It's a bit too late because I go work in the morning as well. So 9 p.m. perfect time. We get started. Talk about whatever we need to talk about, and then yeah, man. About 45 minutes we're out. How's everyone doing though? If you're in the chat, I'm trying to sort my chat out. Let me know if the sound is good as well. Hold up. Let's get it. Let me sort these things out. Had a busy weekend, man. The weekend was busy. I don't know if any of you guys and girls, if you check out the community post, I was at the I had a show, boxing tournament. I was away. There was an international box cup in London, so we had 3 fighters. We entered 3 fighters in the tournament, and 2 of them got into the final. One of them lost the final, came on with a silver medal, and then we had a winner as well. We had one of the kids win the belt as well. So overall, I'll count that as a success, you know. Good as well for me as a coach. It made me see things in a different way, do you know what I mean? Because this was like my first proper tournament as a coach. So I learned a lot, you know. I did the cornering. I really learned a lot on how to prepare fighters, you know what I mean? How to get fighters in the zone, you know. There's so much that goes into just being a coach. A lot of people think just being a coach is just pads. There's so much into it, you know what I mean? And who else? It was actually good. It was like good. Like you had fighters come from all over Europe, all over the world as well. Like I saw fighters from Sweden, France. Yeah, it was good. Meeting different cultures, you know, learning about their styles and how they go about preparing fighters as well. So it was good, man. I really enjoyed it. Even from I learned a lot from the losses. I have to say. You know what I mean? From the losses, I learned a lot. Some of the decisions, like the judging as well. Like, you think the judging is bad with at the pro level, mate. The judging is bad at the amateur level as well, man. Like, some of them judges, like, some of the decisions, I'm sitting there thinking, how the hell did you score that fight for that fighter when that fighter, the guy in the blue corner, clearly won the fight? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just a madness, man. It's just a madness. But yeah, man. It's overall great experience, great learnings. Next year we come back stronger, man. Next year's tournament we come back stronger. So I'm enjoying the coaching at the moment. I'm loving it. So, but there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of growth, and I feel like, you see, when you come on YouTube, this is just for myself, but just my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? If you're gonna be giving, yeah, look, we're all boxing fans. We all give our own opinions and stuff. But I feel like if you're gonna critique fighters and coaches, I feel like it's important that you kind of know what they go through. You know what I mean? Like, if you have the opportunity to coach, or if you have the opportunity to even fight, train as a fighter, I think you should do it. Especially if you're gonna do YouTube. It's not necessary. You don't have to do it. Like, you don't have to be a boxing coach or a fighter to talk about YouTube. Like, we all talk about YouTube as fans. You know what I mean? But you know, when you coach, when you're coaching and when you're fighting, you know what I mean, you see things that not everyone can see. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I've been coaching for like 3 years now. And I'm learning, you know, and it makes me a better analyst. So when I'm analyzing fights, I know the thinking. I can kind of gauge the thinking behind the fighters and the coaching, and you know what I mean. Overall, it just makes you better. You know what I mean. I feel like it just improves my analytical skills and how I watch fights. You know, the little details that I can see that other people can't see. So it's all good. Listen, man, I'm gonna get started. I've blabbed on a bit. Thank you so much to everyone that's already in the building. I understand I got viewers from different parts of the world, so, you know, it's different times. In America, might be a different time, Australia, etc. But shout out to everyone that's on right now. I can't really see the activities on my dashboard. My YouTube is playing up a bit as well, which is getting on my nerves. But we just gotta crack on. Maka T1300. Hope you're well, brother. All the way from Sydney, Australia. Shout out to Maka, all the way from Sydney, Australia. Appreciate having you here, brother. Thank you very much. Did you watch the Billam-Smith fight versus Rozicki? Did you watch that fight? What a fight that was, man. That was a cracker. Absolute cracker of a fight. Chris Billiam-Smith, I have to say, probably one of his best performances I've seen. You know what I mean? Not in terms of like boxing skills. I won't say that was his best performance in terms of boxing skills for Chris CBS. That was his best grit type of fight. You know what I mean? You needed a lot of grit because Rozicki, like, he was throwing bombs, man. Even though like he was eating a lot of it, but he was still throwing back, and he hit CBS with some big shots as well. You know, both guys were going at it. It was a proper war. You know, it was a proper war. But CBS, like, he showed a lot of heart. CBS showed a lot of heart in that fight. What a war! It was absolute war, man. Both guys just going at it. That's what I like to see. You know, I feel like the referee could have stopped the fight a little bit early. That's just my opinion. I feel like the referee could have stopped the fight a little bit early because Rozicki was hitting a lot of big punches, man. You know what I mean? I think there was a round. I forgot the round because I didn't watch the fight live, the full fight. I watched the highlights, and there was a round where Rozicki ate like 5 or 7 combos in a row. Do you know what I mean? And like, his hands were down to his waist, and you can just see his head turning. Do you know what I mean? And CBS was just hitting him. I thought, yo, surely the referee's gonna jump in now. You know what I mean? But he never jumped in. You know, in situations like that, that's when I hope. I'm like, oh, this is where you need a Howard Foster, right? You know that referee, the Howard Foster guy who stopped the Joseph Parker fight early, stopped the George Grove versus Carl Froch fight early? Excuse me, that's when you need that referee there. You need those referees that step in early. You know what I mean? Like, let him step in and stop the fight. But, yeah, he just let it crack on. At the end, it was the cornerman of Rozicki that stopped the fight. You know what I mean? They threw the towel in and stopped the fight because their fight was taking a beating, mate. You know? And I'm glad they stopped the fight because, yeah, that was looking brutal. It was looking absolutely brutal, man. But what a performance from CBS. Good win in Bournemouth as well. Back home here in the UK. Zuffa Boxing, another Zuffa Boxing show. I didn't watch the whole show, so I don't know how. Obviously, the fight was in the UK, so the atmosphere would have been good. The atmosphere would have been great because it's the UK. UK boxing fans are probably the best in the world. That's just my opinion, like when it comes to creating an atmosphere. But overall, the whole card, how did you guys find it? Like, do you know what I mean? If someone watched the whole card, how was the undercards? You know, how was the other fights? Did you enjoy the whole Zuffa experience? Are they getting better? Because some of the other cards that I've watched, it just came across more like, you know what I mean, UFC during the lockdown, during the COVID days where there was no crowd, just quiet, a bit dull, no atmosphere, but from the highlights, watching the highlights, it sounded like it was okay. It was a better show than what they've put on previously. Poulet Nu. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, brother. Good fight. Yeah, I'm glad you like that. I'm glad you like the fight. Poulet Nu comes back, says, great events, 6 knockout. Really? Wow. 6 knockouts. So, I missed that, man. Yeah, that was a great event, man. You know what, yeah? I was gonna cover the fight. I was gonna do a live watch along, but I had the tournament finals on a Sunday. So I was out all day Saturday. On Saturday, I was out all day and 2 of our fighters going to the final. So I got back home around about 8 p.m. As soon as I got home, had a bit of dinner, crashed out, mate. I was out. I was gone, tired, mate, knackered. So I missed that show. I was meant to do a live watch along. Because I've told myself I'm gonna do a live watch along for all the cards this year, but it wasn't to be. But yeah, from what I watched the highlights, yeah, CBS, did he call that Opetaia though? I didn't watch the post-fight interview, but that performance there against Rozicki, that win, big win, statement win. Actually, let me check out Rozicki anyway, man. Let me see. Shout out to everyone that's in the building, by the way, man. Do me a favor as well, smash the likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll really appreciate it. If you got any questions as well, feel free, just ask, man. Just ask the questions as well. I will be answering. Hold on one sec. I'm just trying to find something. Yeah, Ryan Rozicki was a tough guy, man. It's a good win for CBS. Yeah, Ryan Rozicki, man. 24 bouts. Yeah, that's a good win. But very hittable, man. You know what I mean? No head move. Like, his head movement was terrible, man. That's what I can say about. Looking at Rozicki, that performance, their head movement was absolutely non-existent, man. Do you know what I mean? It was so easy for CBS to catch him. It was way too easy for CBS to catch him in that fight. But nevertheless, man, it's a good win. It's a good win for CBS, especially in his first fight under Zuffa Boxing. You know what I mean? That was a good scrap. But what's next, though? What's next for CBS? That's the big question. Pule says he was packed. Adam Hurley. Yo, Adam Hurley. Shout out to Adam Hurley, man. Shout out to Adam Hurley. Welcome to another live stream. The Ringside preview. EP.8. Adam Hurley says Zordo's best win is probably Billam-Smith. Oh, yeah, in the cruiserweight division. Yeah. And that was another action fight as well. You know what I mean? That was a good fight. That was a good scrap as well. Zordo versus CBS. That was a good scrap. I like that. Good fight. Zordo won, innit? Zordo clearly won that. He won that fight. But CBS is going level, man. I feel like he's going level. I mean, listen, he beat Glendon, what's his name? Brendan Glenton as well. The same guy that Billiam-Smith beat. I think, was he both guys won on points? Both guys won on points. But Opetaia won a bit more comfortably. You know what I mean? Opetaia's win was a bit more comfortable than CBS against Brendan Glanton. Avatar Dylan. Yo, Avatar Dylan. Shout out to Avatar Dylan. Welcome to the live stream, my guy. Appreciate having you along with us. We saying no one beats Opetaia the cruiserweight. What? Nobody beats Opetaia the cruiserweight? You're probably right, man. You know, David Benavidez might have something else to say, brother. Do you know what I mean? He might differ. He might have a different opinion on that. But let's look at, you know what, yeah, while I'm here. By the way, you know, keep plugging away with the questions. We're gonna cover everything anyway. Let's look at that cruiserweight division anyway. But the thing is, Zuffa Boxing, look, they've got their issues with the other sanctioning bodies. Can they cross over? Can these guys fight each other? That's the thing, innit? That's the confusion at the moment. That's the unknown. We don't really know if the Zuffa Boxing fighters can fight fighters from other promotions. You know what I mean? That's the thing. So let's look at the cruiserweight division. The thing is, the cruiserweight division right now is not the most glamorous division out there. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not really all that at the moment. There's no really big names out there that could really sell fights. Apart from Opetaia and Benavidez, there really isn't the others. I mean, Zordo just got smoked, so his stock is down. It was never that high anyway. Okay, so let me just flip my screen anyway, man. Apart from Opetaia and Benavidez, there really isn't the others. I mean, Zordo just got smoked. So let's look at it. Ring, you got Opetaia still got a ring belt. That's important. David Benavidez, you got him there. WBO and WBA champion. Like, I mean, listen, if you're scrolling down here, you go CBS, Chris Billiam-Smith is on there. Zordo still on. Is Badu Jack still fighting? Yeah, this guy's still active. He's like 45 now. So you go Badu Jack. Okay, Badu Jack. But Badu Jack right now, in this current moment, yeah, in this pay-per-view era, like Badu Jack ain't selling no numbers, man. You know what I mean? Badu Jack ain't doing no numbers whatsoever. Let's go down. Vidal Riley. I like Vidal Riley. You know what I mean? Vidal Riley's probably put his name out there. Can Vidal Riley and Chris Billiam-Smith, are they gonna scrap? That would be a good fight, innit? Vidal Riley versus Chris Billiam-Smith, CBS. That would be a good fight. But yeah, you know, just going down the list, there's no really like big names. You know what I mean? Like standout names like that could do big numbers. You know, apart from Opetaia and Benavides. Some people might even say like Opetaia wouldn't do big numbers either. You know what I mean? But yeah, the cruiserweight division, man, it's not. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's not really the one at the moment, man. Other divisions are looking way healthier. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real. Other divisions are looking way healthier than the cruiserweight. Pula New, yo, shout out to Pula New for buying a membership. The Duck Hunters Season 1, shout out to Pula New for buying a membership, man. I appreciate you, man. Welcome. I will say this, though. I'm still struggling with a flu or hay fever, whatever you call it. With the membership, yeah, I haven't really updated it like with new content. I am planning to drop new content on there as well. So shout out to everyone that's buying the memberships. But apologies, I don't have no new content on there. I'm just trying to think of, and give me any ideas. Like the thing is, yeah, I'm in a boxing gym every day. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty much coaching, you know, the whole week, you know, and I go to events as well. So what I want to do is I want to start filming the events that I go to, like do like a little behind the scenes or even do some, you know, when I'm doing coaching, one-to-ones, I want to film that and then put that on the channel. So I want to start doing that a lot now. Do some content, behind the scene content and drop it on the channel, but drop it for the members only. You know, I'm going to do that. So I'm trying to find ways of getting some new content into that membership, you know, folder, you know, because there's not much on. I think there's about 2 videos on there. So that's no good, man. If you're going to have memberships, you need to provide a contract, right? Make the content and put it on there for people that are paying the memberships monthly. So I will do that, my people. Just be patient with me. I will get those done as well. So be patient with me. But shout out to Pula Nu for buying a membership. I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. If you want to buy a membership, if you want to donate to the channel, you know, like super chats, they all go towards, towards the channel, you know, building the channel up, growing the channel. You know, that means adverts and softwares and lighting, new mics. So yeah, if you support the channel, I really appreciate it, man. Hold on, let me go back to that. Pula News says both of them went straight to hospital after the fight, so no interviews or call-outs. Yeah, that was a brutal fight, man. That was listen, man. I didn't watch the full fight, like I said, yeah, but I watched the highlights. Even with the highlights, it was enough. It was enough for me to tell that, yeah, that was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Like some of the punches being landed, especially Rozicki, man. He ate a lot of blows, man. Too many. I feel like the fight should have been stopped like a round or 2 early. You know what I mean? Like, it went a bit too long for my liking. But I'm glad they're both okay. Both guys went hospital, got checked out. I'm glad both guys are okay. That's what's most important, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I watch boxing, yeah, for the sweet science. Some people watch boxing for the brutality. You know, some people want to see knockouts. Me, as a coach, someone who's a student of the game, a purist who's learning, constantly learning, when I'm watching boxing, I'm watching for the skills. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm watching for, you know? And when the fight becomes scrappy and both guys are going at it, becomes a phone booth type of fight. Listen, hey, I like that too. Don't get it twisted. I like that too. But I'm not really like a big fan of it. That's why Floyd Mayweather is my favorite fighter of all time. You know what I mean? Because I just admire the skills, Lomachenko, Usyk, all these skillful fighters. But listen, I don't mind the brutality. I don't mind all that. But it's not really something that I look out for. You know what I mean? But some people like that. Some people like that. But it's always good to know that the fighters have, you know, gone to hospital, been checked out, they're okay, you know, because that's what it's all about, you know what I mean? These guys have families and you want them to go back to their families healthy. So that's what it's all about, man. Shout out to both guys, man. Adam Harley comes back, although Maris Bradis is really good. Although, did I miss something here? I think Adam Hurley's. Did you say who has Opetaia fought? That what you're saying? Yeah, Opetaia, Breedis, innit? Breedis was the main guy, innit? Yeah, the rest of the guys that Opetaia's fought, they're not at the level of a Breedis. But the thing is, yeah, you can't really blame Joe Opetaia for it because not many people really, not many fighters want to take on Joe Opetaia. I mean, look how long he called out Zoda for. Do you know what I mean? He called out Zoda for like a couple of years and Zoda didn't want to fight him. They kept making you know, the excuses that Zoda Ramirez was making is the same excuse that the Benavides camp is making now. Oh, Joe Opetaia doesn't sell no pay-per-views. Oh, Joe Opetaia doesn't. He's not a big name. Everyone always makes that excuse when it comes to Joe Opetaia. You know? But if we're just going back into his Joe Opetaia's resume here, let's look at his box rec. Brendan Glanton, he won that comfortably, man. You know what I mean? I gave him, listen, he won that 119, 106. Yeah, I gave him every single round in that fight. Hussein Sin Cara was a sticky one for Joe Opetaia. Who remembers the Hussein Sin Cara fight? That wasn't an easy fight for Joe Opetaia, especially early on. I mean, he knocked out Sin Cara eventually. I think he was in the what round was it? Sin Cara. He knocked him out in the 8th round, yeah. But that wasn't an easy fight. Like I think in the 2nd round, Sin Cara hit Opetaia with a big right hand. Opetaia looked on, shaky legs, mate. He really had to dig in deep and find a warrior in himself to overcome Sin Cara. So Sin Cara was underrated, man. You know what I mean? He went in there, he gave a good account of himself, fought really well. Claudio Squillo, oh my God, that was a total mismatch, man. Claudio Squillo, he looked like a middleweight in that ring. He didn't look like a cruiserweight. Sorry, mate. He did not look like a cruiserweight, man. Jack Massey stopped him in 6. David Niika, that was meant to be a tough fight as well, on paper. But again, stopped him in the 4th. Like, he's been fighting like just whoever's there, innit? Like whoever's available to fight, whoever wants to fight. He's been fighting. Joe Opetaia's been fighting them. And most of them have been mandatories as well. I mean, Claudio Squillo was a mandatory. Sin Cara was a mandatory. Glanton, he fought him because he moved to Zuffa Boxing. That was the first fighter that they kind of offered to him. So he fought him. And that was always that. Brandon Glanton, he was, I wouldn't say like a banana skin, but he's one of them guys that if he turns up, it could be a tough fight. He's a stubborn guy. I don't think he's ever been stopped. And he was proved, didn't it, when he fought against Joe Opetaia. Like, Joe Opetaia couldn't get rid of him. It was an easy points decision victory, but Glanton was a tough boy. He wasn't going to go away, kept coming back, kept throwing, but obviously the class, you can see the difference in class between Glanton and Joe Opetaia. So Joe Opetaia just kind of ran away with the fight, really, just winning on points. Adam Harley, who's next? Adam Harley says Riley needs a good fight. Nah, who did he fight last? Vidal Riley. Let's check out Vidal Riley. I watched the fight. It was on the undercard. I forgot the undercard. Was he on the undercard of Dubois versus Wardley? I think he was. I watched the fight. It was on the undercard. I forgot the undercard. I think it might have been. Was he on the undercard of... Yeah, he beat Matthias Masternak. That's the guy. He went 12 rounds, but Vidal Riley dominated the fight. And don't forget, that guy was a European champion, man. You know what I mean? Masternak was a European champion. Tough guy. I think it might have been. Tough guy. But yeah, Vidal Riley outboxed him for most of the fight and came out with a unanimous decision victory. But yeah, Vidal Riley, tough guy, man. People have told me about him. That people have seen him on the come up. He's done really well. But yeah, I do understand he needs a big name in it. That's what I'm saying. CBS, Chris Billam-Smith could be next for Vidal Riley. But I got a feeling CBS is gonna fight Joe Opetaia next. That's the feeling I get. I think CBS versus Joe Opetaia. If any of you can remember, Joe Opetaia actually was meant to fight CBS. He offered CBS the whole fight purse, because CBS was offered a fight, I think, for 200 grand, and he came back and said no, 200 grand is not enough for him, and the whole fight purse only came up to $1 million. So Joe Opetaia said to him, you know what, F it, take the whole $1 million. You can have the whole fight purse. I'll fight you for free. CBS never responded. Him and his team, they never responded. They didn't. I'm guessing they didn't want that smoke, right? Because if a guy's offering the whole fight purse, why wouldn't you accept the fight? And I mean, listen, I'm not. Listen, if Joe Opetaia was to offer me $1 million to get in the ring with him, I'm taking $1 million, bro. And I'm not even a professional fighter, so I don't know. Maybe CBS believe that he's worth more than that, but you can't tell me. You can't tell me that CBS made $1 million against Rozicki. I don't think so, man. Probably less than that, man. I don't think Zuffa Boxing paid him $1 million, man. I'll say about 700 or 7 to 800K, man. Not $1 million, man. You know what I mean? Because CBS is not a household name. He's not a big pay-per-view seller. You know what I mean? Good fighter, solid fighter, but he's not a household name. I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm just keeping it real. But yeah, let me read the other comments that's coming up. Avatar Dillian, Avatar Dillian, shout out to Avatar Dillian. What you saying, bro? How are you? Vidal's the only one that can challenge Opetaia, but Vidal says he ain't gonna fight Jai in an interview I seen on YouTube. Is that what he said? Is that what Vidal really said? He's not gonna fight Jai Opetaia. Why would he say that, man? I don't listen, man. I don't think fighters should be saying. Listen, man. You should listen. As a warrior, you should be fighting everybody, mate. You know what I mean? I haven't seen that interview from Vidal Riley, so I'm not gonna really, judge him on it. But I'm just saying, as a fighter, mate, you should welcome a fight against a champion like Jai Opetaia, who's got a ring belt. You know what I mean? You should welcome that fight and fight him. That's a big fight, man. That's a big name on your resume, man. Vidal Riley, should believe in his ability, his skills. He should believe that he can go in and beat Jai Opetaia. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. That's my mentality. That is my mentality. Like whatever I do, it don't matter. Fighting, whatever. You know what I mean? Like when I was doing my when I was getting ready for my fight, I was like, you know what? I'm not the best skilled guy, but I'm just gonna go in there and give him my best, mate. You know what I mean? That's how I looked at it. I worked hard, trained hard, went in there. I didn't really care how many fights the guy had. I'm just like, you know what? I believe in myself. I've got that warrior mentality. I've got that winning mentality. Whatever I do, whatever I get into, it doesn't matter, man. Work, YouTube, I don't know. Whatever business I get into, I'm just going to win. You know what I mean? I got that winning mentality, man. I never question myself or doubt myself. You know what I mean? No matter how good the other guy is, I'm going in there with a winning mentality. You know what I mean? I think every fighter should have that mentality. So Vidal Riley, man, I don't know, man. I might have to get him on the channel for an interview. I'm going to reach out to him, man. You know what I mean? I need to talk to him about that, mate. You got to fight Jai Opetaia, man. If the fight is offered to you, bro, accept it. You got to accept it. Is Vidal Riley with Zuffa Boxing, though? He's not with Zuffa Boxing, is it? Is Vidal Riley with Zuffa Boxing? I don't think so. Hold on, let me check this out. Is Vidal Riley with Zuffa Boxing? Hold on. Okay, so I'm reading the article. The article's on the Zone. Let me just. By the way, if you're in the building, smash the likes, man. Smash the likes and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. I would really appreciate it. Hold on. I think I've got that. Let's read what Vidal Riley said. So let me just subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hope you can all see this. So let's read this is a quote from Vidal Riley. This is what he had to say about Opetaia. He said, "I wouldn't take the Opetaia fight next because at the end of the day, he made his Zuffa decision. What I grew up watching, what I know, and what is prestigious to me are the belts like the IBF, the WBC, and the WBA. If I'm in a position to go and win one of those belts I dreamed about having as a kid, I always pick that over something new. They would like me back out in September. That is all I know right now. But we're in a good position. This is actually earned." Okay, so if I'm in a position to go and win one of those belts I dreamed about having as a kid. So Vidal Riley's okay. So basically what he's saying is he doesn't want to fight Opetaia because of the ring belt. Because it's with Zuffa. That's what he's saying. That's what Vidal Riley is saying. He's saying that he wouldn't fight Opetaia because Opetaia is with Zuffa Boxing. I think, listen, everyone's going to use that Zuffa Boxing stick to beat Opetaia with, innit? Now, whenever he calls anyone out or he wants to fight somebody, they're always going to use the Zuffa Boxing contract as an excuse. Benavidez said the same thing. I think he said, I'm not going to fight in Saudi. I'm not going to fight with Zuffa. He's talking about Opetaia has to leave Zuffa Boxing for him to fight him. And Vidal Riley repeating the same script, saying that he wouldn't fight Opetaia because he's with Zuffa Boxing. His dream is to win the IBF, the WBC, and WBA. Okay, I hear you. Listen, at the end of the day, these fighters, they have dreams and aspirations. And yeah, you could say a lot of the kids when they were growing up, there was no Zuffa belt, innit? You know what I mean? Zuffa belt is something new. It's not prestigious. You know what I mean? It hasn't got the same pool as the WBC and the IBF and the WBA, WBO. He's not that, and it's brand new. So I understand why fighters are going to choose the other belt, the traditional sanctioning body belt, rather than the Zuffa belt. It makes total sense to me. And yeah, that's what Vidal Riley is saying. He wants to fight. And I think, to be fair to Vidal Riley, I think he might have an opportunity to fight for the IBF, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see where Vidal Riley is ranked. And yeah, that's what Vidal Riley is saying. He wants to fight. Let's see where he's ranked with the other sanctioning bodies. So Vidal Riley, where is he? Number 7 with the Ring Magazine. He's at number 7 with the Ring Magazine. The WBO, where's Vidal Riley? He's not even... Vidal Riley, number 14 with the WBO. IBF, he's number 2. At the moment... So at the moment, Vidal Riley is ranked number 2 for the IBF title. He's ranked number 2 with the IBF. There's no champion. That's a vacant title. I think the champion is he Janilov? That guy got stripped, innit? Somebody got stripped. No. Sorry, Opetaia got stripped, innit? Opetaia got stripped for the IBF. Sorry, what am I talking about? Yeah, Opetaia got stripped for the IBF, so that's vacant. The number 1 contender, that's vacant. So, like I said before, look, you go Chris Billiam-Smith, CBS number 3, and Riley number 2. So, they might fight for the IBF, mate, because if you look at the number 1, that's vacant. So, it could be Riley versus CBS for the IBF title. That could be the fight, my people. Can you see it? Right here where my mouse sensor is. It could be CBS versus Vidal Riley for the title, for the IBF title. You know? So, yeah. Opetaia's back ranked at number 4 with the IBF. So that's what might happen, my people. That's what might happen. So I can understand why Vidal Riley, won't fight Opetaia because he's so close to an IBF title. And I can't blame him. But eventually, if he's gonna stay in the cruiserweight division, which he will, I don't see him going up to the heavies anytime soon. He's gonna have to face Opetaia anyway. Because Opetaia, he wants that undisputed at the cruiserweight division. So he's gonna have to fight all these guys for him to get all the belts. All right, let's carry on. Adam, that will be one to watch. Avatar Dalian Opetaia stops CBS. Yeah, I think so too. I'm not gonna lie. I think so too, man. I think Opetaia that stops. But then CBS is a tough guy, man. Has anyone? Let's check out. CBS hasn't been stopped, has it? Hold on. I don't think anybody. He's a tough guy though. CBS, listen. I'm not a great admirer of CBS, but he's a tough guy, bro. Yeah, he had never been stopped. He's never been stopped. He's a tough guy. CBS is a tough guy. He's never been stopped. I think Opetaia could stop him because Opetaia's got the power, he's got the speed, he's relentless. He's got the accuracy, he's got the boxing skills, he's got the experience, he's got the IQ as well, the ring IQ. It can stop him, but I don't think it will. I think Opetaia will win on points. I think Opetaia will punish him, win a decision. But I don't think he would stop. I don't think he would stop Chris Billiam-Smith. Nah, I don't think so. It'll be one of those brutal fights, innit? Chris Billiam-Smith is gonna give you as good as he's got. He's gonna come forward as well, but he's gonna get battered, innit? Like look at him against Rozicki, Ryan Rozicki. You know what I mean? He was getting tagged as well. He was getting tagged in that fight as well. So yeah, I favor Jai to beat Chris Billam-Smith, but not a stoppage. I think it'll be a decision victory. Who's this? Enzo Schools. Riley will fight winner of Nika or Mason for the IBF belt. Is that how it's going? Yeah. David Nika and Mason are fighting for the IBFs. That's for the eliminator, right? Okay. The winner of that fight against Riley. Okay. Tough fight though. Good fights for Riley though. Tough fights. But then to win the belt, you need a tough fight, innit? You need a tough fight. Problem is, Jai is the final boss. You fight him last once you're set up. Yeah, in the cruiserweight division, certainly. Jai Opetaia is the landlord. He's the landlord of the cruiserweight division. That's just my opinion. I think he's the best. He's the best in that division, and he smokes all of them. That's just my opinion, man. You know what I mean? Avatar Dalian says Vidal beats CBS comfortably. I don't know about comfortably, man. You know what I mean? Don't forget, man, CBS has got that experience, man. You know what I mean? I'm not the biggest CBS fan, to be honest. I'm going to keep it real. And I say this all the time. But I'm not going to overlook him, though. Like, Vidal Riley hasn't got the experience of CBS. CBS has been champion before. You know, and he's been in bigger fights with bigger names than Vidal Riley. He's got that experience, CBS. You know what I mean? He's been in some tough fights. He knows what it takes. So I would favor CBS against Vidal Riley. I'm just gonna keep it real. Even though Vidal Riley has the better boxing skills from what I've seen from both fighters, but experience is something that you can't buy. You know what I mean? Having that world championship level experience, being in big fights, you can't buy that. You know what I mean? It's the same as me as an amateur boxing coach, yeah? Like, listen, I believe in my skills, I believe in what I can do, but when you come up against an experienced coach, like, I might be a better padman than them, but their experience, what they have here and here, you know what I mean? The experience of going into a lot of these tournaments, you know what I mean? Cornering for 15 odd years, you know, breeding champion after champion, like, do you know what I mean? Like losing and winning and like, you can't, like, do you know what I mean? You can't make up that experience. You can only gain it by being there years and years and years. And it's the same as these fighters as well, you know, the experience that Chris Billam-Smith has, you know what I mean? Like, it's way more than Vidal Riley. So, you know, he knows how to navigate sticky situations in a fight. He knows, you know, when he's losing a fight, he can find a way, you know what I mean? Like, when he's in a bit of trouble, he knows how he can get out of it. Vidal Riley, has he been tested yet? Has he been in trouble yet? Has he been dropped yet? You know what I mean? Has he been in really deep waters? Has he been in a situation where he's down on the scorecards by 4 rounds? He has to really bite down on the gum shield and come forward, do you know what I mean, and win the next 5 rounds. And, do you know what I mean? Like, listen, man, like these details, you know, is a lot in boxing, you know? Like, it's not that simple. So I'm not even going to disrespect CBS by saying that Vidal Riley beat him comfortably. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel that's a bit disrespectful to CBS. That's my opinion, because don't forget, this guy's been a champion, man. You know what I mean? I think he defended the belt once or twice. He lost against Zordo, but look at the experience. He's been in that against Zordo, man. Zordo's a big guy, strong. You know what I mean? So I make CBS favorite if he fights a Vidal Riley, just because of his experience and his know-how. He knows how to get the job done. You know, he's been in tough wars. He knows what it takes. You know what I mean? Like, Riley doesn't have that experience. Although he has the better boxing skills, but the experience still means a lot in a fight. You know, you can have the skills, but if you don't have the experience of how to navigate sticky situation, moments in the fight, then your skills won't really, do you know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people say skills pay the bills, but the way I look at it, skills pay the bills if you also have the experience and the know-how, if you've been in the deep waters. You know what I mean? Like, if you got the skills, but you're untested, unproven, you haven't really battle ready, you haven't really suffered, you haven't really been through the trenches, your skills might not be enough, you know what I mean, to get a job done against an experienced fighter like CBS. But that'll be a good watch. That'll be a good fight. I'd love to see that, keeping it real. You know, that'll be a really good fight. Who next up? Pulanu says, who you think is going to win between CBS and Opetaia? Sorry if I'm a bit late on the questions. I am trying to catch up on them. I think Opetaia win. I think Opetaia win that fight against CBS. I think Opetaia will be too much. I think, listen, CBS will give it his all, as always, in every fight. He's an honest fighter, you know what I mean? You know, he gives it everything in every fight. But I don't think it will be enough to overcome Opetaia. Because Opetaia is also a warrior. You know what I mean? Like, Opetaia can box you. He's got the skills. If you want to fight, you have a fight with you. If you want a slugfest, you have a slugfest. However way you want it, Opetaia will offer it to you. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like Opetaia will be too much for CBS. It'll be a decision, points victory for Opetaia. I don't think Opetaia stops him, unless CBS gets a little bit reckless in there, leaves himself wide open, which he tends to do a lot of the times. I've seen him get pieced up by Zordo Ramirez, get caught with some shots that when I look back, I'm like, ooh, shouldn't get caught by that. But overall, you know, CBS is a pretty sound fighter, you know, very sound. So I think Opetaia will beat him on points. But it won't be a stoppage, like someone said earlier. CBS will struggle with Jazz footwork and angles. He hasn't got the feet to cut the ring off. Yeah. You're right, man. Yeah. I agree with that analysis. I agree with that assessment. You're right, definitely. Old school Enzo. Oh, you spell my name Exo, man. Remove the X. Replace the X with a Z, bro. Enzo, Niika and Mason fighting for IBF Eliminator. Yeah. I think I said that a few moments ago. Avatar Dylan says CBS like PC blood. Too slow. Yeah, he's not the fastest, is it? He's not the fastest. But listen, his style works, man. You know what I mean? He's only lost 2 fights. One with Zordo, and I think the other one was against Lawrence Okoli early on. Is it Lawrence Okoli? No. Richard Riakpo early on. I think was he stopped? Yeah, he got stopped. Yeah, CBS got stopped. CBS got stopped in the, I think he got stopped in the, hold on. CBS got stopped. Was he got stopped? No, it was a split decision. Yeah, CBS has never been stopped. It was a split decision. Split decision victory for Richie Riapo. But then CBS got that back anyway. He beat Richie Riapo after. Before Richie Riapo moved up to the heavyweight division, CBS beat him. So he got the revenge. But yeah, he'll be too slow for Opetaia, man. But listen, he'll still be dangerous, nevertheless. I wonder how CBS will go as a heavyweight. Oh, man. I don't see CBS in the heavyweight division. I can't picture him in the heavyweight division. Same way I can't picture David Benavidez in the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? There's just some fighters, I just can't picture them in the heavyweight division. And Chris Billiam-Smith is one of them. You never know, man. But how old is he now? He's 35. Yeah, man. If he was going to move out to the heavyweight division, he should be moving now. You know what I mean? 35, you move. I think Usyk, how old was Usyk? Usyk was like 34, 35 before he made a move up. Round about that age, you move up. Because it's going to take your body at least 18 to 24 months for you to grow into that heavyweight division, that physique that you need to compete against some of these big boys. So, if he moves up now, 35, by 36, he'll be a fully established heavyweight. But it don't look like he's moving up now. It looks like he's going to stay in the cruiser division for a while. So, But the heavyweight division is one of them divisions where, a lot of the fighters are slow anyway. You don't really need quick hands. So he might do well against some fighters, but I don't think CBS has the power nor the ring IQ boxing skills to really keep the likes of like a Mosai Toma off him, or a Daniel Dubois, or a Fabio Wardley off him. You know what I mean? Caballero, like, he'll get smoked. He will get absolutely smoked. So I don't see him moving to the heavyweight division. And even if he does, I don't see him doing too well up there, I'm just keeping it real. There's only a few fighters that can come up and do really well in the heavyweight division, coming up from the cruiser. Like David Haye, Evander Holyfield, they did well. And Usyk. That's the ones that come at the top of my mind. They did really well. But some others that have made it, that came up, you've never heard of them. You know what I mean? Because it's not that they're not successful. They fall at the first hurdle. Vidal's been boxing since 3 years old. You can beat guys start that young. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I mean, Fabio Wardley, he beat Frazier Clark. Frazier Clark's been boxing for donkey's years. You know what I mean? And Frazier Clark's white collar. You know what I mean? Frazier Clark beat Joseph Parker. Mate, you can. Especially in the bigger weight divisions. In a heavyweight, like if you're talking like light heavy, cruiserweight, heavyweight division, like a lot of the time these guys go, if you got power, you can definitely beat someone that's been boxing since they were 12. Definitely, 100%, I can tell you that. Because it only takes one punch. In the lower weight classes, I'm talking like 135, 140, even below that, Bantam, all them guys there, flyweight, you know what I mean? Like all them little guys there. That's where skills pays the bills. Because there's not really a lot of knockouts because the power is not there. So you have to be skillful. You know what I mean? You have to be skillful. Yeah, like I was saying, you have to be skillful in the lower weight divisions. But the bigger you are, the bigger these guys are. It only takes one punch, man. You know what I mean? You can have all the skills in the world, but if you get caught in a button, it's lights out. You know? So, but I understand what you're saying. Listen, the earlier you start boxing, you've got the fundamentals. You know what I mean? You've got everything. You've got that foundation that you can always go back to. You've got the skills, but it's not necessarily gonna guarantee you victory at a pro level. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean you're gonna be successful. You know, there's a lot of fighters that I know started since they were, in diapers, really good, skillful, but they never make it. It takes more than that, you know? It takes more than just starting when you're young. And I know fighters that have made it, what age did Joseph, what's his name? Anthony Joshua started boxing at the age of, 17, 18? Look at him. Double world champion, Olympic gold medalist. Just depends on how much work you put in, man. Oh, man, I'm struggling with the flu, hay fever. CBS winning Team Gaming New Zealand, NZ, says CBS winning should put him first in WBC, surely replaces Vidal at second in IBF. So Jai beating him will put him first in WBA, WBO, WBC, and IBF. Hold on, can we look at that again? Let's look at that table again. Hold on. Let me flip my screen. Let's look at the table again, because
surely replaces Vidal at second in IBF. Beating him will put him first in WBA, WBO, WBC.
So the WBC. CBS is CBS has moved up with the WBC. He's moved up to number 3. Jai Patel moved up. Jai Patel is number 2. Rozicki number 1, but I'm sure he's gonna drop down. He's gonna drop down, innit? No McCallion, I think he's been ordered to fight David Benavidez by the WBC, innit? I think the WBC have ordered McCallion versus David Benavidez. Let's see what happens with that. So these are the rankings here. Riley is number 2 with the IBF. You got Mason and Niika fighting for the eliminator. So that's gonna go down. The winner fights Vidal Riley for the IBF title. CBS. Let's look at it. This is for the WBC. You got it there. WBA. You got Jai Patel number 1 for the WBA. So Jai Patel is the mandate. Is he the man? Yeah, he's number 1. So he's the mandatory for David Benavidez with the WBA. CBS. He's a number 4. So he's not there. He can't replace Jai Patel. Team Gaming. He can't replace him because he's not, Jai Patel is ranked above him in a few places with the WBA. I've got another 10 to 15 minutes, then I'm off. So if you got any questions, slap them in the chat, my people. I do want to also go away from this CBS. Jai Patel, I want to get into there was another breaking news as well. There was a fight announcement, actually. Joe Joyce is back in July. So I want to talk a little bit about that as well. Team Gaming says Jai stops Zordo. Jai stops Zordo and CBS and Benavidez and Vidal, in my opinion, or beats the shit out of them for 12 rounds. Either way, he wins them all. I agree with winning them all. I'm with you on that. I think, for me personally, look, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that, I've been advocating for Jai Patel for the longest, I've advocating for Jai Patel for the longest. I think he's the baddest mouth, in that division. I think he smokes them all. But I don't think the way you put it, he stops Benavidez. I don't think he stops Benavidez, man. Benavidez has never been stopped. He's a tough guy, Benavidez. He's a tough guy, and he's the real deal, man. Like, I think that'll be a very competitive fight. Benavidez versus Jai Patel, for me, is 55-45, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a tight one. 55 for Jai Patel, 45 for David Benavidez. It's not an easy one. You know what I mean? It's not an easy one. Both guys come forward. Both guys want a war. Neither guys will back down. Stabbing guys. They want to fight. They want to slug. It will be a very competitive fight. It's going to be one of those fights where we're just at the edge of the seat because neither guy is going to back down. Both guys are going to be coming forward, throwing bombs. It's going to be crazy. It's going to come down to who's got the strongest chin. Like who has the highest pain tolerance? Do you know what I mean? That's what it's gonna come down to. Like, who can take the most pain? Because both guys are gonna be busted up, I reckon. Blood everywhere. It's gonna be crazy, like, So I don't think it's as easy as you're putting it, especially when it comes to David Benavidez. Now, Zordo Ramirez, I've been saying it for years. Jai Patel smokes him. You know what I mean? I've been saying it for years. Jai Patel will smoke him. Who else did you say? Vidal Riley, Jai Patel beat Vidal Riley because of the experience and everything, that Jai Patel has been through. And he'll beat CBS as well, yeah. He'll beat CBS. But for me, he beat CBS on points. I don't think he stops him. One more from Team Gaming New Zealand. Do you think Usyk accepts the Agit WBC mandatory or vacate? Excuse me, I'm struggling with a flu. I dropped the video a couple days ago, I think about 3 or 4 days ago now. Can't really remember, the days are going so quick. I think me personally, just keeping it real, I think Usyk is gonna vacate, man. I mean, look, the WBC, it's been about a week now since they ordered Usyk to fight, to take on Jai Patel next. And we still haven't heard nothing from the Usyk camp. Sorry, not Jai Patel, Agi Kabayel. The WBC ordered Usyk to fight Agi Kabayel next, defend his title. He's got 30 days. Yeah, he's got a month. But we haven't heard anything from the Usyk camp. The last performance from Alexander Usyk, we saw him against the kickboxer Rico Verhoeven, and it wasn't the best performance from Alexander Usyk, even though he won the fight. He got an 11th round stoppage, but it's not the vintage Usyk, right? It looked like he slowed down a bit. The reflexes wasn't there. He was getting caught by Verhoeven a lot by the right hand. But you could say the awkwardness of Verhoeven, because he's not a conventional boxer, that kind of threw Usyk off, his rhythm, his game plan, whatever you want to call it. Like, he's not used to someone moving like that the way Verhoeven moved. Verhoeven used his size to his advantage. You know what I mean? He pushed Usyk back onto the ropes, leaned on him, and really, start letting the shots go. So we did see a slight decline on Alexander Usyk against Rico Verhoeven. So if we're taking that fight in isolation, I would say that Usyk and his team probably don't want that smoke with Agi Kabayel, Because think about it. Look, even Turki Al-Sheikh suggested it, that he wants to see a rematch between Rico Verhoeven and Alexander Usyk. There was a lot of controversy in that fight, the way it ended. Early stoppage by the referee. Was it the right stoppage? Rico was winning on the cards. Was he not winning? So the way the fight ended, certainly there's a bigger appetite for a rematch against Rico Verhoeven than a fight against Agi Kabayao when it comes to the casuals, when it comes to the masses. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to the purists, the hardcore fans of boxing, then we want to see Agi Kabayao, right? Because he's earned the right to fight Alexander Usyk next. You know what I mean? Look at the guys he's beat. Gilles Zhang, Frank Sanchez. Who else did he beat? I forgot the other names, but he's been smoking a lot of guys lately, and he deserves that fight because he's merited it. You know what I mean? And I'm all about meritocracy. He's earned the right to fight Alexander Usyk next. But based on Alexander Usyk's last performance, I feel like Father Time has caught up with him. And does he want those Kabayao problems? You know, Kabayao is relentless to the body. He's a pressure fighter, comes forward. He's not gonna get tired. He's gonna keep throwing shots. Does Usyk really want that? Does he want the smoke against these upcoming guys, the Kabayaos, the Atomas? I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think Usyk wants it, man. You know, like he's made a lot of money. The motivation for him is not the same anymore. Like if you become undisputed champion in the cruiserweight division, you move on to the heavyweight. Everyone says, yo, you're too small. You can't beat these giants, the Furies, the Ages, the Dubois. You go in there, you smoke all of them, beat them comfortably, become 2 times undisputed champion in the heavyweight division. You've won boxing, mate. You've done it all, mate. And you've made hundreds of millions in the process as well. I mean, what more motivation have you got? Like, there's really no more motivation. Apart from money. You know, and we know once fighters start only fighting for money, there's only one way out, man. You know what I mean? It's like it's downwards. Like they start slacking. You know what I mean? They let the eye off the ball. And Usyk nearly paid for it against Verhoeven because he was like a round away from bloody taking the first L against a kickboxer. That would have been embarrassed, not just for Usyk, but for the whole of sport of boxing. I don't know how boxing could defend itself against other combat sports if Rico Verhoeven was able to come from kickboxing with only one boxing match in 10 years and beat the greatest heavyweight of this era. It would have been a total embarrassment. It would have took years for boxing to recover. Boxing would have become a laughing stock, and there would have been no respect for boxing in other combat sports. You know what I mean? So I think Usyk is gonna vacate. You know what I mean? He's gonna vacate, mate. He's not gonna fight Agi Kabayao. I think Agi Kabayao is gonna be elevated to WBC champion via an email. Even though I think that's unfortunate because I would like to see Usyk fight Kabayao because Usyk hasn't, you know, like his resume in the heavyweight division is not that deep. You know, he's got like what three names in there, solid names. He's got Dubois, Joshua, and Fury, and he's fought them guys twice. You know, if you compare him to the past greats, they've got a much deeper resume than Usyk in the heavyweight division. So Usyk needs to add a Kabayao and even maybe a Mo Saitoma. So in future, when historians are looking back at his resume, when future YouTubers, however they're going to look like in the future, when they're analyzing, you know, fighters from the past, they'll be able to say, you know what, Usyk fought, you know, 8 great names in the heavyweight division. Because if he used to retire now, yes, he's retired on a high and great CV, but I don't think he goes down as in a top, I said top 5 greatest heavyweights of all time. Maybe top 10, some people might add him in there, but top 5 certainly not because his resume is not deep enough in the heavyweight division. Now, where you want to put him as one of the greatest fighters of all time, that's a different conversation because now we're taking his whole boxing career rather than just the heavyweight division, you know? So for me, I want to see Usyk fight Kabayao because I like to, you know those moments, the passing of the torch, you know, it happens a lot in sports, you know, where the young guy comes in and beats the older guy who's the champion and he takes that torch and he carries on now. He becomes the guy, you know, like I like that. I like those stories, man. So I would like to see that happen. You know what I mean? And Usyk, the only way we're gonna see that happen is if Usyk fights a Kabayao. So hopefully, you know, we can get that fight soon. You know, if not, then it is what it is, man. I wish Usyk all the best. I respect Usyk and all his achievement. Like, I'm not gonna, criticize him too much because he's done so much for boxing. But I don't think he deserves a pass. I don't think he's immune from criticism. He should get criticized just like all the other fighters. But I'm not gonna disrespect Alexander Usyk because he's done so much. But I think he's gonna vacate the title, mate. He's gonna vacate it. But anyways, I've got a couple of minutes left. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. There's another fight that I wanna talk about, and that's the juggernaut, man. Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is making a comeback. Hold on. Joe Joyce is making a comeback in July, I believe. I think the fight was announced today. And he's fighting the undefeated Artem Suslenkov. Let me switch my screen. There you go. So Joe Joyce making a comeback. The last time we saw Joe Joyce, when was the last time we saw Joe Joyce? What, a year ago, a year and a half ago? When did he lose against? His last loss was against Hrgovic, innit? Yeah, April 2025. So just over a year ago against Hrgovic. And a lot of people were saying, yo, it's time to retire.
Making a comeback. The last time we saw
You know?
Joyce, when was the last time we saw Joe Joyce?
People were telling
When did he lose against?
Joe Joyce to retire. I certainly thought that he was going to retire, but he's back, he's back in action. He's going to be back in action July 11th on the undercard of Tony Yoka versus Murat Gassiev. So Joe Joyce is making a comeback. What did you guys think, man? What did you guys think of Joe Joyce making a comeback?
He's back. He's back.
What's your guys' take on it? He's 40 years old now. Listen, he's never been the sharpest fighter out there. But again, very honest, used to have a solid chin until Zhile Zhang changed all that. Stopped him twice with that left hand. And then he fought against Derek Chisora, and he lost that as well against Delboy. And Delboy dropped him, I think dropped him in the 9th round or the 10th round or something like that. So he's lost his last 4 fights, man. Joe Joyce. I really thought he was gonna hang up the gloves, but he's making a comeback. This is probably like a last hooray for Joe Joyce. Like if he loses this, he's done. It's a wrap. He can forget it. You know what I mean? He can forget it, man. Zod School says these guys just can't let it go. He's 40, isn't it? Yeah. Joe Joyce is 40. Joe Joyce is 40 years old now. The thing is, when you say these guys can't let it go, the reason why a lot of these guys can't let it go is because what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them, they're scared of the unknown. They don't know what they're gonna do after they retire because they're in this bubble, right? These fighters, especially the guys that make it to the highest level, they're living in a bubble, mate. They train pretty much every day. They only probably have a Sunday off. They're training 6 days a week. They train in the morning, in the evening. Their whole life revolves around boxing. So when they retire, they ain't got nothing to do. A lot of them struggle with life after boxing. Hence why you see them even in their 40s, they're still fighting. Like look at Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather. These guys are like 50 years old, they're still coming back. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson's still fighting. Like, they just can't let go because boxing gives them structure, boxing gives them a purpose. Without boxing, there's nothing for them to do, a lot of the time. But The thing is, we live in a day and age now. These guys can do so much. They can get into content creation. They can become pundits, fight analysis. There's so much for them to do. Work with these networks, Zuffa, The Zone, Sky Sports, BBC. Like there's opportunities for them, especially if you make it right to the top level. You're a known name. You're a big name. Like they're always gonna employ you. But I think for them, they wanna carry on fighting. They're fighting men. They're warriors. They still believe in their head. Even though he is probably gone, but in their head, they're like, yo, I could take that. They'll probably sit down at home watching a few fights and thinking, damn, like I would have done this, I would have done that, I can do it. Come on, I can take him. You know what I mean? Like, and they want to get back in there, you know? And I see it even at the lowest level, you know, because I see fighters who are white-collar boxing fighters, yeah, in the gym. You see them, they get knocked out. They're having fights every week, getting knocked the F out, getting battered and bruised. Some of them are like 30, late 30s. Still can't let go. They still keep coming back. You know, they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna retire, I don't wanna fight. 2 months later, oh, I'm back in camp. I'm like, bruv, I thought you said you retired. I thought you said you're done. Nah, itchy knuckles, like, you know what I mean? I just can't let go. They're just hard. It's like a drug to these guys, man. Just can't let go, you know? And I worry for a lot of them, especially the ones that haven't made no money at the lower levels. Yeah, at the lower levels, a lot of them haven't made, like the big names who have made millions and they're kind of set up. I'm like, yo, you know, they're all right because they got the money. Yeah, financially they're okay, but the lower level guys, I can kind of understand it because they want to get back in the sell ticket and make a bit of money. So they kind of have an excuse, but the guys have made millions. What, man, you already got millions. Like, you got the houses, you got everything. Why are you still fighting? You know what I mean? Don't you want to live another 40 years, mate? You know, why do you want to have, like, medical complications in your 50s and 60s, mate? Just walk away. But they find so hard to walk away, man. It's crazy. I see them all the time. Yeah, but do you think they may end up the heavyweight division moving forward? Who might end up in the heavyweight division? I think I've moved on from that. But yeah, Joe Joyce, he's back against Artem. Hold on, Joe Joyce. Let's look at Joe Joyce. I mean, Joe Joyce has lost about 4 fights in a row now. Let's check it out. Maybe I'm wrong.
Who might end up in the heavyweight?
Maybe I'm wrong.
I think I've moved on from that. But yeah, Joe Joyce, he's back.
So, you know, he's in his last 5 fights, he's lost 4, mate. That is not great form. You know, he beat Cash Ali, was the last guy he beat. He went the full distance, 10 rounds. And before, you know, he's lost against Filip Hrgović. He lost against Del Boy. He lost against Zhilei Zhang twice. You know, he's not in good form. Joe Joyce is not in good form. And this fight, if he loses this fight, he's finito. He's game over. You can forget about it. You know, he can forget about it. It's game over. He's definitely, we have to retire because after that, I don't think anyone's booking him. You know, of what value would he be? Ben Newman, welcome to the stream, Ben Newman. Hope you're good, my brother. Smash the likes if you're on the live, my people. Please smash the likes. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Please go ahead and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Hold on one sec. Any questions you go, drop them down as well. We've got another what? Another 10 minutes, then I'm off. Ben Newman says, I think age was just an excuse some people make for AJ losing to Daniel. He was only 34. I never used an excuse, you know. Like, do you know what I mean? I never used an excuse for AJ. He lost, Dubois battered him. Dubois absolutely battered AJ. So for me, I never used no excuse for AJ. He lost fair and square, mate. You know what I mean? He lost fair and square. But my people, listen. I'm off now, man. We've been here for what is it? We've been here for an hour and a half or something like that. It's been a great one. Another great watch. Thank you so much for everyone who came through. I really appreciate everyone that came through. The Ringside Replay, episode 8. I'll be back next Monday, same time. The new time, I changed the time. We are now doing 9 p.m. because I just felt like 10 p.m. was a bit too late because I was staying until about midnight and I got work the next day. So, yeah, it just wasn't working out, man. But 9 p.m. is the new time. Watch out for the link, man. I always send the link out like around midday on a Monday or the Sunday. But yeah, watch out. I'm going to be dropping videos relentlessly this week as well. There's no big fight in June, really, to be honest. There's not really any big fights. Hold on, before I go, let me check out the schedule for June fights. I don't think there's much because May spoiled us in. Look how many fights we had in May. So much, mate. But let's look at June. I don't think there's much. Yeah, June. Yeah, there's not much in June, mate. You got, I mean, listen, in June, you got the Tommy Fury. Let me flip my screen, mate. So in June, you got the Tommy Fury versus that other influencer. Although, actually, no, you got Saturday, 13th of June, you got Bam Rodriguez versus Vargas. Okay, so that's a big one. I'll be doing a watch along for that. So that's a big one. Fury is there. Tommy Fury, that is. Who else? Yeah, you got Bam Rodriguez versus Vargas. That's a big fight. I will be doing a live watch along for that as well. So come along for that. That's this Saturday, right? Yep, that's this Saturday. So come through to EMGM Sports this Saturday. I'll be doing a live watch along for that as well. Come through. Tommy Fury, I'm not interested. Couple of female bouts here. Not the names I'm really familiar with, to be honest. Yep, that's this Saturday. So come through. Colazzo. Let's go to end of June. Yeah. So end of June, there's a big fight. Zayas versus Ennis Boots. I'll be doing a live watch along for that as well. So listen, 2 watch alongs in June. Not bad. You know what I mean? Not bad. We're gonna do 2 watch alongs in June. That's not bad. We got Bam Rodriguez versus Vargas, and then we got Zayas versus Ennis Boots at the end of June. So yeah, we'll get those watch alongs done. I'll send a link out as well so that you keep up with the channel and everything like that. But my people, thank you so much for coming through today. It was a great one as well. A lot of, more people joined in. I really appreciate that. Smash the likes if you haven't done it yet. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. I really appreciate you. I'll see you back here next Monday, 9 p.m. for the Ringside Replay episode 9, my people. We're getting there. Nearly double digits. We're getting there, my people. Surely, slowly but surely, we're getting there, man. Thank you so much for coming through. If you missed today's live stream, listen, man, not a big deal. Drop your questions in the comments, and what I'll do, I'll try and answer them when I upload my next video. So my next video, I might answer some of the questions. Drop it in the comment section. And also, you can always watch the replay anyway, man. Just watch it back, man. It's there. It's available for you 24 hours. You know what I mean? 7 days a week. The videos don't disappear. YouTube always keeps them there. Shout out to everyone who bought a membership, super chats. Appreciate you, my people. Thank you so much for watching today's live stream, the Ringside Replay episode 8, my people. Thank you so much. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Like I said, smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I really appreciate it. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. I think we only need about 100 more subscribers. Then we hit the big one. Another milestone, 5K. Wow. Then it's 10K from there, my people. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. It's your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace out.